Inner city greens, increasing your housing costs. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian Heise here, and welcome to another episode of Heise Says. Grab your stein of coffee because we're going to look at a situation and an example of how inner city, literally inner city greens are increasing the housing costs for average Australians. Now, I would argue this is an example of how we have to get more and more involved in our local level politics. I know the national level can get exciting, and it's frustrating seeing what our Reserve Bank Governor and our Treasurer are doing. But at a local level, that is where it's having a significant impact on the cost of housing. Housing's going through the roof. One of the reasons is, frankly, lack of supply for land. There's a lot of land that's locked up, everyone. So this is an example of a Greens local member here in Queensland, a councillor in Brisbane, trying to influence planning decisions in another city for political purposes. And, I mean, good on him, at least for getting people active, but it's frustrating because this will increase your housing costs. So let's have a look at this. This is Jonathan Sri, the councillor for the Gabba. Now, he's talking about a development at Deebing Creek. Okay, Deebing Creek. To build a poorly designed for-profit. Oh no, for-profit. Profit is a good thing. You want to make a profit. If you don't have profit, Jonathan, you don't get all those nice juicy rates that you use, or all the federal funding that the Greens gets, or all the taxes that our politicians suck out of us, or you don't get jobs or economic development. Profit is a good thing, but I mean, this is the mentality of these people. This is ludicrous, and I don't think I've met him. I may have, but I know some people were telling me they know him from uni days, and apparently he wasn't that good. So, suburban sprawl project. Okay, well, that's what you're going to have on land that is especially significant for the Yagara Ugrapul people of the First Nations. Okay, I mean, that happens. It's called development. We all have land that, if we go back far enough, our people, depending on your demographic, will have a special place. Come on, seriously. So, and let's have a look at this, because what he's calling for, we'll call for here. It's up to Ipswich Council to decide whether to extend the approval. So there's approval for use of some of the land of A.V. Jennings. They want to develop the land, and people have been fighting it for some time. And, I mean, okay, these are spec homes. They're not the most exciting things. But they're cheap houses. There is a lot of growth happening out near Springwood. There's Springfield. There's a lot of growth happening out at Red Bank. If we jump over here, let's have a look. So this is where they're talking about here. Deebing Heights, down here. And the development is proposed here. Now, he wants to stop the potential extension for the development of this land. Let's have a look at the satellite image. Okay, now there is a Aboriginal, or traditionally an old Aboriginal mission down here, and this is all used for farming. You've got a school here. If we zoom out, so it's a fair way from Brisbane. It is. But there'd be people commuting to Ipswich. There'd be people commuting into the city, out to Inala, from out here. People are already doing it from Springfield. And often, if you want an affordable house, you move out to here and maybe you commute or you work from home. That's what you want. We want cheaper housing. And people getting in the way of development is not going to help. Let's have a look here. Let's look at the street view at this block here that they're proposing to develop. I mean, this is it here. What do we have here? Okay, you can get your horse poo on the side of the road for $3 a bag. But this is it. This is what they're developing. It's scrub. It was used for farming. And there are some issues, some concerns that there are some traditional Aboriginal graves on this area. Now, my understanding is the developer has combed through it. They've looked for it. They've found nothing because, well, all of that is located over here on the other side. And, the developer intends to, pay respect to what was there. You want land. We want development. We want housing. Because here's, this is where it is. over here. Let's have a look at where he's representative of. You know, where is he from? So if we have a look here at his blog, I mean, these are some of the things he's saying, you know. Assessment studies, online polling integration, the Gabba ward guidelines. He's from the Gabba ward. You know, food resilient neighborhoods. They're concerned about, you know, a green high-rise development. And, I mean, I agree with him here. It's just all tokenistic garbage. Covering these buildings in plants, all it is a maintenance nightmare. It's absolutely no benefit for the environment. It looks nice, but it's a maintenance issue, guys. And the plants, they can pull apart these buildings really effectively. You know, fully automated luxury colonialism. I mean, these are just some of his posts. Rethinking the 40-hour week. The Gabba Ward Shutdown album. So, this will give you a bit of an idea of who this guy is. Okay, and what he's pushing, and his constituents. You know, talking about the Greens power, new park for Highgate Hill. And here's some other ones where he's concerned about development and housing affordability, particularly with the city plan. You know, Labor's still in support of new coal mines. The Greens don't want coal mines. That costs jobs. That costs economic development. Building size and density, affordability, and often, you know, short-term accommodation, residential buildings. I've seen him in the past. He's been going on and on about affordable housing and all of these things, but he can't be for profit. We've got an opportunity here to build some affordable housing for people, but they don't want it. And where is he? Where, you know, because this is where we're talking. We're talking about Deebing Heights in Ipswich. Okay, Ipswich, not Brisbane. He represents the Gabba ward, which is right here. Literally inner city. Here. Okay? Here. Inner city Greens. Inner city, hipster green suburb. I used to have my office in this suburb. Guys, we used to have our office along here in West End. It is the most hipsterish, gentrified area you could imagine. You know, as a uni student, you love all that type of stuff. But it is so getting gentrified. It's all getting developed. Apartments are everywhere. This is the place where developers are giving you a year of your mortgage for free. A year of your mortgage for free. So, I mean, there you go. Literally, inner city, Greens councillor trying to influence what's happening in another city for political purposes. For purely political purposes. And that is going to affect housing. This is why housing is more expensive. The more hoops you have to jump through, the more BS you need to deal with. It makes housing more expensive, everyone. So these are people here in the city, and we'll look at the letter he's pushing out. He's encouraging everyone in the country to have their say in this, which is very effective, which is how they get political impact. Which is why the Greens are having more of an influence than you would imagine that they do have with regards to their actual voter numbers in the upper house, or even in the lower house at the federal level. Because they're doing this. I mean, this is what we have to learn. For people who are advocating for, who are critical of all of these interventions in our lives by the states and the politicians at all levels, we need to learn from them, because this is effective, because it's influencing people. Councillors will read this, bureaucrats will read this, and the bureaucrats will be there a lot longer than the politicians. And then that'll start to, I need to protect my job. Oh, we need to worry about this. Oh, don't worry. You know, I've got my house in Wollongabba. Let's, you know what, screw it. Let's look at realestate.com. Okay, let's look at Wollongabba. I'm not going to spell this right. Wollongabba, Queensland. We'll have a look here at the map, and we'll filter it. We'll filter it, guys. Let's just go houses. Okay, this is his ward. Let's grab some prices here. Oh, auction, not for sale. Oh, for sale. Auction again. Auction again. Come on, get me a price. Auction again. Auction again by negotiation. Immediate sale. Contact agent. Oh, come on. So, I can't get even one house here with a price in Highgate Hill. Everyone. Under contract. Which, I mean, I'm not surprised. Stuff. Oh, here we go. Here we go. We got one. $1.3 million, everyone, at 19 Skinner Street. These are this is an expensive suburb. Okay, this is where the people that are voting to keep housing expensive, this is where they live, in their $1.3 million house. And with their globe, everyone. I mean, there you go. Little 3-bedroom place with a sunroom. Very typical for that area. Now, let's have a look at, we'll jump out. Where do we want to go? We want to go Deebing Creek. Let's look out around there. Oh, I can't spell it right. Oh, well. We'll just do it the old-fashioned way, hey? We'll go here. So here we have the Air Force Base, Deebing Heights. Okay, we'll filter it again. We'll look at housing. Let's have a look at what the housing are in this area. We're going to see, oh, look at that, $385,000. Now that is an affordable mortgage. Guys, this is a first home buyer's home. This is nothing special. It's a little specky. It's perfectly fine. Okay? Look at it. Nothing wrong with it. Look, they even have, draining there. That's actually really good. I like that. I've got to do that. So, okay, 385. Where's the $1 million house? Oh, there's a big one, 420. Okay, 420 again, plus 440. What about over here? 440. Oh, well, let's go back. We'll go closer to town. I'm sure we'll see the $1 million houses there. Oh, no, offers over 370, 370. Okay, this is what, when people are bitching and moaning about not, oh, there's an expensive one, 5-bed, 700, 600. See, we're getting the posh part there. Whoa, look at this house. Look how big it is. A pool, garden, caravan. Okay. There you go. We're in the posh part of town now, boys. Look, look at the carport. Oh, I'm going to be real, I don't know, classist here, but I bet you it's some builder that's built it himself out at the switch. What do you reckon, guys? I'm just basing it on that huge carport we see here. You know, oh, I got to get the jet ski. I got to get the camper van. You know, oh, I got to get the Hilux. What do you think, lads? What do you reckon? I mean, look at that master bedroom, a nice patio, family, a big lounge, a pool. Okay, there you go. I mean, I could fit my family in a house like that. I really should shut up because my house is going to be some embarrassing bloody thing with all the bedrooms I'm adding. And here we have another one. There you go, another big house under offer. So there we have it, guys. Look, just looking at the difference in the type of people. So the constituents out here, they're in $400,000 houses, some under, where you got people where in a ward where their houses are over $1 million. So what's our good friend Jonathan? What's he calling for people to do? So, because I mean, well, we'll have a look here actually before we go here, because it is political. You can see here there's a whole lot of people that have issues, because this is where the mission is. If we go here to some of the photos. So I mean, it's an Aboriginal mission. You know, no mining contract. I mean, this is, guys, this is what happens. What do you want? Do you want some bush in the middle of nowhere, or you want cheaper houses? Do you want to live like that? That's affordable. You know, housing affordability. I don't. I like camping, but still. And here are some of the comments. You know, Justin Mackay. From the information I've been told, none of the Aboriginal sacred areas are to be developed. The large bunya pine was a meeting place, and where the well and building are is also to be retained, and information about the historical importance provided. The developer had local people comb the estate, and they only identified a couple of small areas. Cattle farming destroyed more than it preserved. Okay? This is where it is. This is where the development is. This might actually bring some economic activity into this area. You could turn this into a tourist attraction. You could teach more people about what happened to Indigenous Australians. You could create jobs and opportunities there. Isn't that what we want? Isn't that the plan? But here, let's have a look here. This is what he's calling for. Community sentiment towards tree clearing and unsustainable suburban sprawl have changed significantly. Have they really? Or people don't really understand. If people understood that you need to clear some land to build cheap houses, maybe they would be advocating for it. Or maybe just his inner city $1 million plus housing constituents are the ones that are, not happy with it. This shows you guys, inner city Greens literally trying to influence the chance of affordable housing in another city. So we need your help, regardless of where you live in Queensland. Regardless of where you live. Of course he has to say that because it's not even his responsibility. We need you to please make a submission against the proposed extension of this approval to subdivide the land. To do this, you need to send an email to this, and this is what he's writing here. So I suggest we do something else. I suggest we write this letter. So we send it to the same person. And I've already done it before I made this video. Dear Assessment Manager, I write to request that you approve the development application of such and such to extend the currency period of the approval to subdivide land at 144 Deebing Heights. Housing affordability is a critical issue to all Australians, and accessibility to land for development and the construction of new homes should be encouraged. You can't have it both ways, guys. If you're in a city living in $1 million house, you're a bit bloody privileged. Okay? If you got in there bargain basement cheap, and now you're trying to stop the opportunity for people to get a cheap house for political reasons, you're damn entitled. And that's the Greens, right there. That's how they're having influence. And that's where they're dangerous. And the problem is, most people are lazy. Most people are apathetic. But they're not. They're not. They get virtue signaling points for this crap, everyone. They can go and sip their champagne, talk to the neighbours at the PCA meeting or the local school thing. Oh, yes, are you supporting that? Oh, yes, yes, yes. While the rest of us are either too busy working, running a business, racking up income to pay the taxes to support this rubbish. So, there's my suggestion, everyone. I'll put a link to the little letter, or I'll copy it into the comments of this video if you'd like to send an email to the assessment manager so they're not just flooded by inner city Greens in their $1 million houses trying to stop people getting a start. Well, that's not a start. That's a builder's mansion there for Shazza. But, with your $1.3 million house there, stopping people getting their little house on old farmland. It's disgusting. What do you reckon, everyone? This is it. This is how, when people bitch about the Greens, this is a perfect bloody example. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Please like, share, subscribe to the channel. If you're a fan and want to support the content I create here, there are a few ways you can support us. You can join the channel on YouTube or Patreon. You can support us using our affiliate links from Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or Aussie Broadband. You can buy merch from Heise Says, use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint, or support us via PayPal. Take care, everyone. Have a great day, and I will see you all next time. Bye for now.